Hello and welcome to this week's edition of ELCAT News. I'm your host, Jen Carlos. At Tuesday's Town Council meeting, Town Manager Denise Menard provided an update to the status of a joint dispatch proposal with the Town of Hamden.
Since we last met, I received official notification, that the town attorney heard from Hamden's town attorney that the Hamden Board of Selectmen discussed East Long Meadow's proposal to host a dispatch facility. They are willing, and this is quoted, they are willing to continue negotiating the original plan of the dispatch facility in Hamden and do not wish to pursue a facility in East Long Meadow. I've asked Attorney Maynard to ask their attorney for some more detail on what they didn't like about the proposed agreement, and I haven't heard anything back from them.
Town Clerk Tom Florence asked the council to designate the library community room as the town's early voting location for the upcoming state election on November 5th.
Based on our fall conference we had in Springfield a couple weeks ago, and the recommendation of the Secretary of State's office, they recommend if early voting cannot happen at your town hall, please get a vote of the council in a secondary place. And even though the library community room is attached to the town hall, they still recommend just to get a vote of the council for approval to hold it in the library community room. So I come here tonight just to ask you for that motion and that vote.
Earlier this week, he stopped by ELCAT to explain the details of early voting.
Good morning. I'm Tom Florence, the town clerk, and I'm here to talk a little bit about early voting for 2018. Legislation was passed in 2014 under former Governor DeVal Patrick to become, I believe, make Massachusetts the 23rd state in the nation to offer early voting. In Massachusetts, early voting is offered for only November elections in even years, which include the gubernatorial and presidential elections, which this year is one of them. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 54, Section 25B, outlines all the guidelines for early voting. Early voting takes place for 10 business days before this year's November 6th election. For this year, early voting will begin on Monday, October 22nd, and end on Friday, November 2nd. It will take place during normal town hall hours from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be held in the library community room. We will also offer extended hours on Wednesday, October 24th until 8 p.m. and on Saturday, October 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. A schedule for the early voting hours is on the town's website and posted at the town hall. We ask that you follow signs directing you into the library community room. Also, in our early just want to give you some past history, early voting period in November 2016, 3,711 voters cast their ballots, or just shy of one-third of the voters for the 2016 presidential election. So this was good. It was for your convenience. You came in, schedule permitting, and also it cut down on the traffic for the amount of people we had who actually went to the polling location. And again, to let you know, early voting ballots are locked in the vault in the town hall until the November 6th election. They are then entered into each precinct's voting machine by assigned election officers on the day of the election. And any questions you have regarding early voting, please call the town clerk's office at 525-5400, extension 1000. And also, one last note, the last date to register to vote, if you're not already a registered voter, will be next Wednesday, October 17th. The town clerk's office will be open until 8 p.m. for your convenience. Thank you.
On Sunday, October 7th, the Eastern Hamden County Veterans Service District and Town of East Long Meadow hosted the first East Long Meadow Veterans Picnic in the park. Over 30 organizations and businesses were on hand to provide information and support for veterans. The event drew several hundred visitors over the course of the day and included music performed by ELHS chorus students and the Minnechaug High School Band. The Massachusetts VFW Color Guard posted the colors, and later in the afternoon, a pinning ceremony was held for Vietnam veterans and family members.
We would like to welcome you all to our first picnic in the park, of which we hope there will be many more. Thank you to all of our veterans who are here today and for the service you've provided this great nation. We can never begin to even remotely pay the debt that we owe you, and we hope in some small way this will be a token of our appreciation to you.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Eric Segundo. I am the immediate past state commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, as well as the Director of Veterans Services for the town of Ludlow. On behalf of all the veterans here in front of us, we want to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for paving the way for our veterans today to serve. Because of you, the Vietnam veterans, we were able to serve our country because of you.
Two events were held recently to honor another hometown hero, Birchland Park Middle School student Alex Blais. Alex's courage and selflessness during his fight against brain cancer became an inspiration for the whole community. He passed away in June, and in his memory, a bench was dedicated last week at the East Longmeadow Public Library.
We think this bench is very fitting because the library was one of Alex's favorite places. Alex always left the library with his next greatest adventure. Alex had his own amazing adventure in his 12 short years. Like a true superhero, he handled his struggles with true dignity and grace. What really hits home with us is the positive effect he had on all those around him. And even though Alex is no longer with us in body today, his spirit is the glue that keeps all of those friends together beyond. Our hope is that this bench will be a place for children and adults to sit with a book and enjoy their newest adventures, as well as a place where people can sit to reflect on the beauty of our town. We hope that this bench will be a symbol for our community to forever remember the story of Alex's greatest adventure from generation to generation. Thank you all again for being here and continuing to celebrate the life of A Prime, a one-of-a-kind kid, Alex Blais. Don't just fly, Alex, soar. Thank you. And
Donations can be made to benefit the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp. And before last Friday's football game, members of East Longmeadow Youth Football accompanied varsity players onto the field for a ceremony officially retiring number 73 and a presentation to Alex's family.
Recently, East Longmeadow Youth Football lost a member of our football family. Tonight we'll be retiring his game jersey. Alex Blais was a Pee Wee player who came to every practice with the enthusiasm to learn and play the game of football. He always had an infectious smile and personality that brightened every practice. Alex also had the heart of a superhero, who through countless surgeries and treatments always maintained a positive outlook on life. With the love and support of his sisters, Natalie and Grace, and his mom, Margaret, and dad, Wayne, Alex was able to rally this community to help him fight his battle. So with heavy hearts, Alex's football family would like to present this framed number 73 jersey, which will be retired from youth football, to his family. Let us never forget, once a Spartan, always a Spartan.
Navigating East Longmeadow roadways has been tricky the past couple of weeks as various construction projects near completion before winter. The Elm Street Sidewalk project is wrapping up this week. The new sidewalk runs from St. Paul Lutheran Church to Maynard Street. Deputy Superintendent of Public Works Tom Christensen says paving will be completed by midweek, with the short section of Westwood Avenue near the car wash, as well as John Street, to be completed on Monday. Through traffic will be limited to one lane in the easterly direction at North Main Street for a couple of hours in the morning. Westbound traffic will be detoured to the Rotary. On Tuesday, October 16th, paving will take place on both Rankin and Mapleshade Avenues between Elm and North Main Street. Through traffic will be limited to one lane, westbound only. Eastbound traffic will be detoured to the Rotary. Please seek an alternate route as heavy delays should be expected. Superintendent of Public Works Bruce Fenney tells ELCAT that the lights at Dearborn and North Main Street at Heritage Park should soon be operable again. Fenney says the signal was struck by lightning during the summer and has been inoperable since. Fenney says Northrop Electric, the contractor who installs and repairs the traffic signals, was unable to get several parts for over a month, but has indicated that the repair is scheduled for sometime next week. The DPW, in conjunction with the Connecticut River Stormwater Committee, is asking residents to gather fall leaves, especially from paved surfaces like walks and driveways, to reduce the flow of nutrients from decaying leaves into the town's stormwater system. Stormwater does not flow into the sewer treatment system, but empties directly into brooks and ponds throughout town. There are over 350 of these outfalls just in East Longmeadow. The DPW is mandated to monitor the quality of stormwater at each of them and ensure that it complies with the limits established by the state and federal government. Stormwater pollution is the #1 cause of environmental damage in rivers, lakes, and streams. Excess nutrients carried by runoff accelerate the growth of algae, which chokes bodies of fresh water and makes them uninhabitable for fish and other forms of wildlife. A reminder from the police department to residents to please keep your vehicles locked. Overnight entry into unlocked vehicles continues to be a real problem in residential neighborhoods around town. Cars are not being broken into, but entered when left unlocked, and emptied of anything of value, from loose change to clothing, computers, and sports equipment. If your car is entered, please call the police department at 525-5440 and report it. Your information may help lead to an arrest. The Greek Orthodox Church of St. Luke's is hosting a Taste of Greece event this weekend. Stop by the church at 400 Prospect Street to enjoy delicious Greek food and pastries. Also featured are the St. Luke Youth Dancers and the Agora Gift Shop. Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th, stop by any time from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and on Sunday the 14th, visit from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Thursday, October 18th, the Pleasant View Senior Center will host a candidates night with Representative Brian Ash and Allison Werder, challenger for the 2nd Hampden District seat in the upcoming November election. Candidates will speak briefly and be available to answer questions from the public. The event, which will be moderated by Western Mass News anchor and former ELCAT News Director Beth Ward, begins at 7 p.m. On Saturday, October 20th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Rotary Club of East Longmeadow hosts its EL Together Fall Fair on Center Field. The Pumpkin Patch, costume parade, food, games, and entertainment return for a day of family fun. A reminder that the Rec Department is offering a bus for any residents interested in heading to MetLife Stadium on Sunday, November 25th to see the Patriots battle the New York Jets. For $150 per person, you will receive a chartered bus with a restroom, Wi-Fi, a ticket to a seat in Section 317, a packed lunch, water and soda, and you will get to watch a movie on the way. With a 1 p.m. game time, the bus departs at 8:30 a.m. from the Recreation Department parking lot. The bus is estimated to arrive at 11:30 a.m., so the group has plenty of time to play in the Jets Kids Zone before the game starts. Return time estimate is 8 p.m. One last reminder that residents are allowed one trash barrel up to 35 gallons free of charge. The trash can weigh up to 50 pounds max. If your trash surpasses either of these limits, the excess will need to be placed in official green town trash bags or else it will not be collected. And remember, there's an unlimited amount of recycling. That's it for this week's edition of ELCAT News. I'm your host, Jen Carlos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.